Hey, the marketing team wants to run this one past you. Thanks for dealing with that. The department appreciates it.
Lap. We're very pleased with that. With qualifying finished, it's time to remind ourselves once again of our top three: Tiger, Verstappen and Carlos Sainz. With qualifying wrapped up now, we have our grid lineup for the big race tomorrow. Be sure to join us then for what will no doubt be a fantastic race. We return once again then to the home of British motorsport and the birthplace of the Formula One World Championship. It's race day here at Silverstone and it's time for the British Grand Prix. Straddling the border of Northamptonshire and Buckinghamshire, the 18 corners of Silverstone Circuit form the 3.6-mile beating heart of Formula One. It's been reinvented over the years, with Turn 1 now the fast right-hander of Abbey, but the magic of racing is as strong here as it's ever been. Let's run you through the driver grid order for today's exciting race. Tiger lines up on pole position, edging out Max Verstappen, who'll start from P2. Looking at the rest of today's grid, we have Sainz, Perez, Charles Leclerc and Hamilton, Russell, Norris, Bottas and Daniel Ricciardo, Mick Schumacher, Vettel, Pierre Gasly and Tsunoda, Magnussen, Stroll, Fernando Alonso and Alex Albon, Joe and Nicholas Latifi. It's almost time for those 5 red lights to go out then. Let's see who can prevail today. Anthony Davidson joins me once again in the commentary box, and it's fantastic to have you with us here, but I'm curious, as a man with experience out on the track, How do you stop those pre-race nerves from becoming overwhelming when you're lining up on the grid?
Well, I imagine they'll be starting to feel the adrenaline as they anticipate the rundown into turn 1, a bit like preparing to go into battle. The unknown situation will bring nerves, but that's a good thing. It'll keep them focused on the moment and on their surroundings as we build towards the start of the Grand Prix.
This is the team's home race. We're all relying on you to impress today. Okay, we're monitoring some wear on the internal combustion engine. Be aware that we're going to start to see a loss of power. Okay, we're looking at some gearbox wear, so try to keep the number of shifts to a minimum, please. Okay, DRS will be enabled this lap. You can use it when you're within 1 second of the car ahead and in the DRS zone. teammate behind is 16.3 seconds. Thank you. I need a moment. Yes, you've done it! You've done it! Well done! Great stuff, mate. Great stuff.
It wasn't always plain sailing today, but it was a very important win nonetheless. Davidson, how do you think they were able to set themselves apart today?
Well, this was a real team victory. They put together a solid strategy today that appeared well suited to the conditions out on track. The driver did everything that was expected of them in the moment to really execute the team's plan to perfection. A shining example of how F1 really is a team sport.
Here come today's winning drivers, and what a race this was. This is a team that knows success very well in F1, and they're just itching for even more. Congratulations to the Alpine team for their excellent win today. And after this round of the World Championship, here's how things look in the drivers' table. Max Verstappen should be pleased with his performance, making gains at the top of the table. Well, after an incredible day of racing, who was your driver of the day, Ant?
I have to give it to the Tiger. Look at where they finished compared to where they started. It's not easy to cut through the field like that in Formula One, so it was a great effort.
It's time to check out the constructors' standings. And pulling further ahead in the standings, it's Red Bull. There was also a strong showing from the McLaren team today as they make their way up the standings. Well, that was certainly an exciting weekend of Formula One. Be sure to join us for more exciting Formula One action very soon. Welcome from the beautiful Styrian Mountains for another chapter in the story of the Austrian Grand Prix. The Spielberg circuit then is situated 700 metres above sea level, with just 10 corners making up one of the shortest laps of the season. One time around here is a distance of around 2.6 miles, with the best overtaking chances into turn 1 or the tight uphill of turn 3. It's time to see how our drivers are stacking up after yesterday's exciting qualifying session. World champion Max Verstappen starts from pole position, and it's Charles Leclerc in P2. Moving, and with me as usual.
After the points finished last race, let's aim to keep that momentum going. Okay, with one team somewhere on the internal combustion engine, be aware that we're going to start to see a loss of power. You're pushing too hard, it's causing your gearbox to take increased wear. Just be careful. We've lost one of the gears. The transmission is significantly damaged. We're down a gear, I'm afraid. Okay, good work. Great pass. Looking at some imminent gearbox issues, I'm afraid. Watch out for jams and missed gears. DRS is being enabled this lap. You can use DRS when you're within 1 second of the car ahead and in the DRS zone. Try to stay with them. They might make a mistake and we can still regain the position. Okay, Okay, we're reaching a danger point with the wear on the engine UH. Overheating the engine will exacerbate the issue, so keep temps under control, please. Okay, this is your final lap of the race.
A magnificent race and a drive right out of the top draw to take the win for Red Bull today. Tell me, Ant, how did they manage to achieve this win?
I think it was clear what the main contributing factor out on track was: speed. I know it sounds like an awfully reductive statement, but fast cars win races, and we saw that today with our winner.
So then, it's time to see how this result affects the Drivers' Championship. Max Verstappen should be pleased with his performance, making gains at the top of the table. Some amazing talent out on the track today, but Anthony, who would you...
Okay, you've lost access to one of the gears. We've lost one of the gears due to a fault in the gearbox.
The contract renewal window has opened. We can try and renegotiate for a better deal with our current team, or approach someone else.